Hello my friend, glad to have you joining me for another narrated walk. Today we are in the city of Georgetown and we are going to do a walk along Duke Street or Le Beau Duc. As we walk along, I will explain to you a little bit about this street. For those of you who are not familiar with this street, it's the street next to Dewan Sri Penang, as you can see in the background. I am in the process of documenting the sights and streets of Penang with narrated walks. If you enjoy learning about Penang, take a moment to like and share this video so that it can be enjoyed by more people. Okay, let's start our walk of Duke Street. It is a pretty short street by any standard. You can say that Duke Street is where you view major buildings posteriors. To my left is the rear side of the City Hall, followed by the rear side of the Town Hall, and the City Council's payment kiosk in between, while to my right is Dewan Sri Penang, the City Auditorium. Now let me show you today's walk on the map. We started our walk at Le Beau Duc road sign. From there, we will head south with Dewan Sri Penang on our right and City Hall on our left. We will walk between the rear side of the Town Hall and the Dewan Sri Penang fences to reach Koh Sian Tat Fountain Garden, and we'll end our walk at Light Street. How did Duke Street get its name? Well, it was named to commemorate the visit by the Duke of Edinburgh way back in 1869. Of course, this is not the recently deceased Duke of Edinburgh or Prince Philip, husband of Queen Elizabeth II, but rather Prince Alfred, the second son of Queen Victoria. During his visit, the fanciest house in town belonged to the Chinese housekeeper Koh Sian Tat. To ensure that the Duke enjoyed the best that Penang was able to offer, he was given to stay at that house, which was subsequently renamed Edinburgh House to commemorate his visit. We are now looking at Dewan Sri Penang, built in the early 70s in the brutalist architecture style which was popular during that time. It occupies the grounds of Edinburgh House, which is now long demolished. And the street which connects the esplanade to the grounds of Koh Sian Tat's mansion was likewise renamed Duke Street. Presently, Duke Street serves as the parking area for workers of the surrounding buildings. But not for long. Plans are afoot to transform Duke Street into a linear park for the enjoyment of the people. Over here is one of the entrances to Dewan Sri Penang, but it is currently closed due to the pandemic and also because the Town Hall is undergoing restoration. Let me turn around to give you a better view of Dewan Sri Penang. When I was in primary school, I used to come here every Saturday morning to visit the State Library, which was then located in here. Dewan Sri Penang occupies the ground of Edinburgh House, though not on the exact spot. Its owner, Koh Sian Tat, was one of a handful of local Chinese who became fabulously wealthy, sometimes to the envy of the British administrators. The grounds of his bungalows stretched to encompass the whole area all the way to Light Street. Some 14 years after Prince Alfred's visit, in conjunction with the completion of the Town Hall, Koh Sian Tat had a fountain erected on the ground of his estate and donated it to the municipality. The fountain was called the Municipal Fountain. From the time it was built until today, it has undergone several rounds of restoration, and since the last one, the ground around it has been renamed the Koh Sian Tat Fountain Garden. It has been meticulously spruced up with pathways and landscaping. The original design had pathways in geometric pattern to reflect garden design of the Renaissance period. The present restoration attempts to faithfully restore it to its original composition. The garden offers a patch of greenery in the bustling city. So far, the garden and fountain are well maintained. There are clumps of ornamental areca nut palms, the namesake tree of Penang Island. The fountain is now working and the pond below is teeming with fish. I am glad to see that the fountain that has been standing here since 1883 is now in good order. And as far as I can remember, I believe it is the first time that there are fish in the pond. The plaque on the base of the fountain states that it was presented to the public of Penang by Kor Sian Tat, who was the first Chinese Justice of the Peace in 1883. It was built at a time when Penang was entering a period of great prosperity, fueled by tin mining in the Larut Valley, as well as the introduction of steamships to replace earlier sailing ships. New civic buildings were constructed one after the other, the Town Hall building followed by the present-day City Hall building. At the time I took this video, restoration is still in progress on the Town Hall next to the garden. The restoration is part of the North Seafront Master Plan, which will transform the Esplanade Seafront of Georgetown into a spacious public space. I will cover the Esplanade in a separate narrated walk. Here's an interpretive plaque providing you details about the fountain and the grounds around it. That concludes our walking tour of Duke Street and the Kor Sian Tat Fountain Garden. We will end this walk at Light Street, which is just up in front. Thank you for joining me on this historical narrated walk. To meet me in my next video, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Until then, take care.